ang anak Amerikano sa ito. Ano na idusin na ako katinunan mo kami kay 24 kabuo silang tanan. Mga ito katahuran sa atong pinalanggan mamayo ini sa Kapitan City o kakiyang mga kaabang mga konsyales. Katahuran sa mga empleyado nga nagpapag sa kanang bukat ng mga ulaton aron magpatindog kanunay ang anindog nga dapitan. Makita nato ini karon. Bagay ko kaninyo may buntag kaninyong tanan. Sa tibuok ng Pilipinas, duha lang kami ang nagsilibrar karong adlaw. Nagdungan kami. Wala ko kahit ano nga pareho kami adlaw nga giatagan sa dakong sugo sa tibuok ng kalibutan. Nagtong Hulyo 27 1982 mao'y pag-anhin ako yun pagsulod kaya di magpapasod doon sa Ginoo diya sa parke mao'y pag-ingon niya Ugma July 27 1982 pauni sa parke muna ng adlaw niuli ako hangtod karon kay dunay akong buhol sa tubigan. Mao nga ipangita nako ang akong mga kaupan sa buhat. Kay pagpasa nako sa usang pasunod. Hulyo 27 gihapon di ay ang atong igsuon nga si Felix Manalo. Kani tungod kay dakong buhat kini sa tibuok ng kalibutan. Dili lang kini sa Pilipinas. Apan magsugod man kita sa istorya sa tibuok ng kalibutan. Mao ang istorya sa natong panahon dito sa Babylonia ni Palit ini sa Pilipinas sa 1912 o sa 1982 pareho nga daw. Mao nga duha kami karon ang nagsilibrar sa tibuok ng Pilipinas. Duha sila, anindot sila karon kung atong tanawon kay sama man kita dayon sa nagdamgo o nadamgo kay di man ta makakita dito kanila karon. Nagdamgo rin kita o mga damgo nga ang atong tanaw dito anindot ang ilang programa. Apan sa ako kung pagtanaw ay wala naman kita magdamgo mga damgo kay katuman lang mga patanon ang makakita sa pananawan. Ang mga tigulang man lang ang magdamgo sa mga damgo. Karon maganda ko kaninyo nga mga patanon kamo ay nakakita mga pananawan. Apan kung istorya ko na to ang laing bahin nagdamgo mo mga damgo kaya mo makakita sa itong kaigsuunan nga to sa Manila o sa Bulacan karon nagsilibrar sa manining adlaw. Tungod kay duhaman kami nini lain matong era karon duha kami sa kalibutan duha o magkaluha kami. Akong ihatag kaninyo ang akong kaluha nga si Haring Genito yan.
Good evening, good morning, everybody. My topic now is about what is the Bitan according to the plan of God. But before I will start my topic, let me introduce myself. I am a cardinal of the Mungkadyan Church of the Philippines Incorporated and also member of the Kingdom of God, headed by our mahal na Haring Philemon Orengonanza. Especially, I would like to thank to our Supreme Founder, beloved King, and to all leaders, the town of Dapitan. Good morning to all. Now, if we will talk about the Dapitan city, we will start at the time when Jacob was born. Because the exact time begins in his life. Jacob was born in negative 73. Before he entered Egypt, he lived 130 years in Israel. And that was in negative 73 to positive 57 BC. This was at the time of Joseph, when he became a governor of Egypt. 17 years after Jacob died. The family of Jacob lived in Egypt within 430 years. So it was at the time of Moses. In short, they got out of Egypt in the year 487 BC. From this year, we will count 480 years. And that was the time when Solomon constructed the temple. In other words, Solomon began the construction in 967. This was the 4th year when Solomon reigned the kingdom. So Solomon became a king in 963. Now, Solomon had 37 years left to finish the year positive 1000. Since Solomon reigned the kingdom in 40 years, so he had 3 years, which was already in negative 1000 years. If we will subtract the negative 3 years from the negative 1000 years, the answer is negative 997. This number of years will be subtracted from 2520 years, which is the appointed time of God. The answer is 1000. We will have the answer of 1523 years. or 1523 initially. This was the time when God bestowed the kingdom to the nation, which became Christian nation. In this regard, God sent a priest on March 16, 1521 in order to Christianize the Filipino, for the kingdom of God should be given to a nation in which Christianity abided. Now, we cannot profoundly deny that the Philippines became a Christian country on April 14, 1521. 2 years before God gave the kingdom in 1523. It is very clear to mention the kingdom of God because the year 1523 is the repetition of the history of the real and true kingdom of God at the time of King Solomon. During his last hour in negative 997 BC. The biblical history prevails that the creation of Adam, was in the island, surrounded by two branches of twin rivers of Tigris and Euphrates. This is precisely called Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia. From the Greek language Mesopo, which means an island between the two branches of rivers. In a vivid narration after the creation of Adam, God rested in the seventh day. Since one new God is equal to 1,000 years of man, so Adam should be in the Garden of Eden and live there the same time as God rested. But before the year ended, Adam committed sin. In negative 821, Adam committed sin. So God completely erased Mesopotamia after the 20th generation at the time of Abraham. So the plan of God was carried by Abraham in Canaan. Many years passed by that Jesus was born in Bethlehem. His human flesh was chosen so that Christ, the true God, could humanly speak to the people for the preparation for his third week in this world. Many Jews did not believe him. So he took away the kingdom of God and gave to the nation which became Christian in 1523. 40 years should be counted up, and Adam, who could give the life of the people, should appear. It was in 1563 when Adam came to the Philippines in the person of Dato Pagbuaya. Edom lived in Mesopotamia, which was an island surrounded by two branches of rivers. So, with the new Mesopotamia, New Mesopotamia, which is also surrounded by two branches of rivers called Pulut River and Liburan River. According to the plan of God, the place should be discovered 40 years after the repetition of the history of King Solomon. The history repeated in 1523. 40 years after, Dato Pabuaya reached the capital in 1563. Counting from it, the remaining 390 years, the answer is 1953, when Dato Pabuaya is spiritually returned in the capital. 10 years after, the town of Dapitan became a city under the penmanship of President Macapagal in 1963. Another 10 years that followed, Dapitan City became the shrine city of the Philippines under the signature of President Marcos on January 24, 1973. In this juncture, Dapitan City, which is now Dapitan Shrine City, is the new Mesopotamia, where the second Adam, who personified by Dato Pabuaya, will come back to the Dapitan City. In addition of this, from 1973, we will count of another 40 years. The answer is 2013. On this year 2013, November 21, the supreme leader of the kingdom of God, who is now became a wonderful interpreter of all the mysteries of the Holy Scripture, beloved King of all kings, mahal na Haring Philemon Remonanza, offered a parade here. Dapitan Shrine City. The significance of parade is to give a sign for all Dapitanos that Adam came in Dapitan in the person of Dato Pabuaya on November 21, 1563. Through our close friend, Curator Gabriel Cat, together with the honor of the local government of Dapitan, the mysterious procession of the kingdom of God was successfully fulfilled. This is the real secret mystery of Dapitan, which God waited a very long time to reveal for it. Because God waited 490 years from 1523, when the mysteries of the kingdom of God was fully transferred in the Philippines. And so by this, I am very proud to tell you, not only for all the Pipanos, but for all the people who are wanting to learn the truth, the hidden plan of God that will start here in the Pipan, Israel City, until to the whole Philippines. Good morning again. Thank you very much to our beloved Major Mahal na Hari.
Okay, good morning. Today, this is the moment that we are waiting for, that the kingdom of God is taught to the Kapitano. But before I will start my topic, I would like to greet our mentor, the founder of the kingdom of God, also the discoverer of the Philippine New Life Therapeutic Massage, and the beacon, the exegesis of the Bible, also source of my little wisdom, what we have. His Majesty, Supreme King, Philemon, or William Bonanza. Whether it is brothers or queens, the royal family, to my colleague, the 12 apostles, our Haring Genito, our 12 kids of the kingdom of God, to our city government official in Lapitan, headed by Honorable Rosalina G. Alonso, the Vice Mayor, the PNP, also our Islam, headed by Ismail Gutom, and our Somali tribes. We are here. To all visitors, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm K. Bilancio Pilapila of Sorola, South Cotabato, in Region 12. Now my topic is about the kingdom of God. Nowadays, many people are seeking for the kingdom of God, which is presently hidden in this world. If we will seek it right now, we simply visit back to the biblical history of Israel and listen to the prophecy. By doing this, we can locate the kingdom of God. If we will ask Jesus Christ where the hidden kingdom of God is, chapter 21, verse 42 to 43 of St. Matthew states that the kingdom of God is taken from the Jews of Jerusalem and given to a nation, bringing forth the fruits of Christian beliefs. It runs as follows.
Jesus said to them, "Did you never read the scriptures? The stone which the builders rejected is become the head in corner. This is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes. Therefore say I unto you, the kingdom of God shall be taken from you and given to a nation, bringing forth the fruits thereof."
According to St. Matthew, states, did you never read in the scriptures, the stone which the builders rejected, the same is become the head of the corner. This is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes. Therefore, see, I unto you, the kingdom of God shall be taken from you and given to a nation, bringing forth the fruits thereof. A nation, according to Daniel, is parable to a beast, having heads and horns. These beasts were represented by Medo-Persia, Greece, and Rome. The horns mean the kings. So the beast in the revelation of Christ to Satan, which foreshadow the kingdom, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Now, if we will say for the kingdom of God, which is parable to a beast, having 7 heads and 10 horns, we simply trace it back to the biblical history of Israel, and also trace the history of the 4 kingdoms, which were the meaning of the dream of King Nebuchadnezzar. Because what was done before will be done today. According to Ecclesiastes in its chapter 1, verse 9. It runs as follows.
The things that have been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done, is that which shall be done. And there is no new things under the sun.
So according to Ecclesiastes, he said, the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done, is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. These statements gives us an idea that all we can see today has been done long time ago. So, from King Nebuchadnezzar until the last Caesars of Rome is the yesterday of 1914 to the 1,000 years of Christ's kingdom. By this reason, if we will see it back with the time when the kingdom of God was set up in Israel, and the time when the 4 kingdoms of Babylon, Medo-Persia, Greece, and Rome rose to power according to the dream, because the time when there was no king in Israel, the whole nation was governed by the judges. The people followed this road accordingly until the time when Samuel was yet the prophet and priest of the Most High. His 2 sons, Joel and Abijah, became the judges of Beersheba. According to 1 Samuel, in his chapter 8, verse 2, they really twisted the law because they received bribes. Because of this fraudulent act, the people extended much of their desire for sins, and they prayed to God to have a king who could rule the nation with much satisfaction. Amidst their misery, the God of heaven gave them a king in which Saul became the first anointed king of Israel. And the kingdom of God in this world, which was in Israel, was but one kingdom. When David took place the kingship, and until his son Solomon became a king, there was a divided kingdom of God in this world, which was in Israel. It so happened that Solomon took a wife who venerated or adored Star, the god of Satan. in which Solomon worshipped with fear. By this undesirable act, God, through Ahijah the prophet, punished Solomon, having the kingdom divided into two, Jeroboam his son, and Jeroboam his subject or slave. From that time until Zedekiah became a king of Judea, these two kingdoms were never united again, because there were kingdom of Israel and kingdom of Judah. The year 606 BC came when Nebuchadnezzar became a king of Babylon. He united this divided kingdom because he was the only king. And the kingdom of God became a worldly kingdom of King Nebuchadnezzar. Babylon became the capital of the worldly kingdom. According to Jeremiah, Babylon should be punished after the span of 70 years. It reached only until 16 years, in which the prophecy was fulfilled, but certain, because Babylon was completely distracted by the war against Medo-Persia in the year 538 BC, in which Darius became a king of Medes and Cyrus of Persia. In spite of the fact that there were two nations who were in power, still the kingdom was considered one and whole world's kingdom in 207 years, from 530 BC to 331 BC. So in Babylon, Medo-Persia became the capital of the world. It came to us that Medo-Persia waged war against Greece, in which Alexander the Great was the undefeated leader of the latter. This was another great change of power, because Greece became a leading nation. This world power proved that the world existed in one kingdom in 163 years, from 331 BC to 168 BC. There was another third world war between Greece and Rome. In this war, Rome captured Greece and ruled over all the world, making a city of Rome a capital because of the Caesars. The kingdom of Rome lasted 644 years, from 168 BC to 476 AD. But in the year AD 476, the city of Rome, who became the capital of the world, marked a silent destruction, because it was broken to pieces with Athens, or in other words, there was no one responsible for the destruction of Rome, following the prophecy in Daniel in his chapter 8, verse 25. From that time, the whole world became a divided kingdom. And until at present, there is no sign forming one kingdom, fulfilling the prophecy in Daniel in his chapter 2, verse 41. From the division of these kingdoms in the year 400 1576 until today. No nation in this world who became king of all nations, leaving the words of God unstained. That only God will set up a kingdom from this divided kingdom today. According to Daniel in his chapter 2, verse 44. It runs as follows.
And in the days of this king shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces, and consume all this kingdom, and it shall stand forever.
According to Daniel, he said, in the days of these things shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. He attempted to set up a throne just to form this into one kingdom, having been to be the king. One of these was Napoleon Bonaparte of France in the year 1800. He tried himself to conquer the world through his manly power, but he was downfully defeated against the Duke of Wellington in their memorable fight at Waterloo in the year 1815. Another name was of Kaiser Wilhelm of Germany in 1914 to 1918. But he made his